The manifestation of peace and blessings earned with every lesson learned. And basically what that means is with every trial and tribulation that I've experienced, I have learned more about myself and my divine purpose, and it has given me a sense of peace that surpasses all understanding. We are here today for another session of Mindful Monday. And Mindful Mondays comes from the Carrie Mae Williams Center, which I am the founder of. And at the Carrie Mae Williams Center, we provide 8 free ACEs screenings. We also provide free community education courses for adults and youth within our communities that are focused on basically your social and emotional health. For youth, we like to focus on the academics and the artistic as well. And finally, we provide activities like the one we're going to get into today for Mindful Monday, which is our free yoga sessions. So this yoga session is focused on the sacral chakra. So before we get into the practice today, I want to basically show you what our starter toolkit is for this practice. So the first thing that I do for my practice is I smudge my space. Oop, look at those ashes flying everywhere. So yes, as you can see, this is white sage, and I've already cleared the space. I've already smudged the space, and it is kind of burnt out for today. And so our space is clear and ready to go. I also keep my handy dandy ankh, because in my yoga practice, even though most people stick to the Sanskrit versions of the practice, I like to take it all the way back to the Kemetic versions, and I like to infuse Kemetic principles into the practice, which helps me to identify with my African origins. And so I have my ankh to channel my ancestors today. I had a nice Reiki incense, but as you can see, it has already burnt out, and it is just fumigating through the place right now, and it smells wonderful. Next, I have 2 crystals that are perfect for the sacral chakra, which are, this one is called orange, I think it's called orange calcite if I'm not mistaken, and this one is designed for motivation. And so that is very good for the sacral chakra, because you know the color for the sacral chakra is orange. I also have my rhodonite crystal, which is good for emotional clearing. And so since I have been dealing with motivation and just working on clearing out some emotional baggage, those 2 crystals and their energies are perfect for the practice that we're going to do today. Now the next thing I want to share with you is our signature meditation and massage crystal offered by Mae's Garden, where we sell all kinds of herbal-based remedies for your mental and physical health. This one is a soy candle that is also a massage candle. It melts into massage oil, so I'm going to show you here how. I'm dropping on the floor, but yes. See how it pours into my hand, and it doesn't turn into like a wax, but it turns into a massage oil. And so the fragrances and essential oils and herbs that are good for this particular chakra, one that is we love to use here at the Carrie Mae Williams Center is ylang ylang. So the sacral chakra candle is like my favorite because it is, oh my goodness, like this smell is so delightful. It's been burning for about, I say about 15 minutes now. And as you can see, as I rub it in, there is no residue. A little ashy, but hey, that's neither here nor there. But as you can see, as I rub it in, you can see how it moisturizes and it smells delightful. Now you don't need to pour as much as I pour, because I did that just to show you what it looks like, to use this as a massage. and a meditation candle. Now, some people, you may not want to put it on your body. That's quite all right. You can use it as aromatherapy, and it still works just as fine. The second energy center is called the Sacral Chakra. In Sanskrit language, it is referred to as the Svadhisthana. Svadhisthana. And that's how you pronounce it. In Kemetic language, it is pronounced Tek. Tekh. Tek. Or Teak. And so that is our sacral chakra one-on-one for today. Now, what is the purpose of this energy center? If you notice where I am touching, it is down here in your reproductive area. So the sacral chakra is associated with reproductivity, procreation, of course, making babies, but it's also associated with emotional balance and creativity. And so you know that this particular energy center is off when you're experiencing a lot of mood swings. That's really the biggest one. You may have some blockages in your creativity, or you may have this preoccupation with sex, maybe an info, whatever the case may be, but your mind is always preoccupied with sex. Your body is always desiring sex. These organs are easily stimulated by just the mention of sexual activities or anything sexual related at all whatsoever. And ladies, as women, we have a special connection with this area. This area is referred to as the seat of the emotions. And if you look at the mudra itself, it has like a half moon in the bottom of it, which is connected with our emotions. And so, ladies, we have a special connection to this place, and it can be a love-hate relationship because we have cycles. And if you don't know, our cycles are connected to the moon. The same way the moon has a 28-day cycle is the same way that our bodies go through a 28-day menstruation cycle. And so whatever mood swings you experience associated with this area and these particular organs, you know that it is directly related to the energy in that area. And so you definitely want to have your toolkit of things that you use to help keep this area balanced. So having a nice yoga practice, having our signature candle, and having some wonderful crystals that you can rely on to help you in this area. So we're going to start in a seated pose, and this is just a simple meditation pose. And we're going to begin to focus in on our breathing and visualize the color orange as we do so. So in our seated pose, we want to make sure that our back is forming a 90-degree angle. Our spine is forming a 90-degree angle with the floor. So of course you want to make sure your back is straight, and you want to make sure that your shoulders are relaxed. So you want to kind of roll them up and backward down to the floor. It's a little trick I learned from one of my mentors, Rev Jeff, and it really helps with your posture. Now, if you find that this position is uncomfortable after making those adjustments, then you just want to have a pillow. My pillows. So I'm just going to use this one for now. But so you want to have a pillow, something small that you can sit on. Now, of course, this is a neck pillow. I'm not going to sit on it because I use it for my neck, but you just sit on it about in this position, and then you should be able to comfortably keep your arms up. Look at that. You should be able to keep your arms up without an issue. Not your arms, but you should be able to keep your back straight without an issue. All right, so let's go ahead. We are now into our first pose. All right, y'all. So My camera died, so I had to bring it back with my backup. If you stay ready, you ain't gotta get ready. So that was a quick, simple adjustment. So we're back on a different camera, and we are finishing out our practice. So we were last here in this pose, and so no, we were actually here with this pose, arms outstretched. You want to exhale and release. Now we're going to bring our knees up into our shoulders. We're going to cross like so. And then what you want to do is you want to stretch. All right, so you're going to grab. So I have my left leg over my right leg, and I am grabbing my left ankle with my right hand, and I'm going to grab. How do I usually do this pose? When I do it, I come here and you want to have a twist. That's not what I usually do. I usually bring it here. Where is it here? Oh, that's what the problem is, y'all. You gotta cross them knees. Cross them knees. Okay. So you cross the left knee over the right knee. Grab your left ankle with your right hand. Then grab your right knee with your left hand and adjust if you need to, because I definitely do. You want to squeeze it together and then pull in the opposite directions, and inhale and exhale. You should feel a nice stretch in your hips. Going back. Releasing the tension in the sacral area. Exhale and release. Take a moment to take it in. We'll bring the knees back up and switch. Cross the right knee over the left knee. Grip the right ankle with the left hand. Left knee with the right hand. Inhale and pull. Exhale. Exhale and release. Ooh. Should feel some nice blood flow there. I'll bring it on up. Bring it back. Up, nope. We have one more pose. We actually have two more poses. So we're going to bring it back here. Back on the floor. And we're going to go into a bridge pose. So with the bridge pose, you want to make sure that your feet are square with your shoulders, flat on the ground, hips, back, shoulders, neck and head are all flat on the ground. And what you're going to do is, lay your hands flat like so. And you're going to push your pelvis toward the sky as far as you can. You're going to inhale up, bring it up like so, and push it up as far as you can. Now this is the basic pose, and this is fine. This is a nice angle. Notice the lines of my body. Now, if you're advanced, some people like to grab their ankles when they go to this pose and push themselves up even further, or roll their shoulders back and down into the mat. Find that their shoulders are firmly planted into the mat, and they can breathe. Exhale and release down to the floor. Now we can come up slowly, facing forward. Now we're going to do what is called a half lotus. Now, the half lotus, you should be able to, mine is like a quarter of a lotus. The full half lotus, both feet are able to come up like this. So ideally, I should be able to bring this foot up here. I'm not there yet. I am a freelance yoga practitioner, and this is something that I began to help relieve stress and anxiety and depression during a very rough time in my job. And so this is where I am in my practice now. So you come to where you're comfortable. If you are not at the position to where you can achieve a lotus yet, it's quite all right. Just bring it back to your bound ankle pose from earlier. I got cotton and everything on me, y'all. Bound ankle pose. And I'm going to do a half lotus pose from here. Alright, so from this pose, I'm going to keep my back straight and practice my breathing. So we're going to release. And we're going to end our find a comfortable seated position for yourself as we transition into the final phase of the practice, which is our meditation phase. All right. So I'm going to use see, now I can do the lotus. I guess I should have used my pillow in the first place. All right. Okay. So from this particular position, we're going to end doing some meditation. We're going to revisit our mudra. Remember, right hand over left hand, fingers closed. Make a circle with the fingernails of your thumbs, with your thumbnails touching. Inhale and exhale. Imagine a nice ball of orange light forming in the middle of that mudra. Inhale and exhale. One more good breath. Find your place of stillness as you close your eyes and continue to breathe. Allowing that orange ball of light to expand with each breath. Enjoy the silence in this moment. And I invite you to absorb this meditation as we continue to breathe with our eyes closed in our stillness. I am a source of divine creativity. I allow all emotions to flow freely through me. I effectively manage and express my emotions through balanced and positive language and actions. I am emotionally balanced, allowing no one feeling to consume me, rather, but to flow through me. I am connected to my spiritual creative talents, and I utilize them freely. And because I utilize them so well, resources flow freely to me. The God in me is reflected in my creativity. All right, now let's return to our mantra at this time. Remember, it's VAM, V-A-M. I'm going to take 3 deep breaths and recite our mantra 3 times. VAM. 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 Exhale and open your eyes. Turn to the consciousness of this world as we come to heart center. We say in Sanskrit the phrase that means the divine in me sees the divine in you. Namaste. Thank you for joining us here for another session on the Lotus Room. Please join us every Monday for our Mindful Mondays. We appreciate you so much, and we look forward to seeing you again next week. Enjoy the practice. Goodbye. The Carrie Mae Williams Center is a 501c3 nonprofit organization designed to prevent and mitigate the lifelong side effects of adverse childhood experiences. We strive to provide quality material to our constituents, and that is only possible through the donations that you provide to us. If you have found the information we provided today here in this video beneficial to you, please find it in your heart to donate to our cause at paypal.me/cmwilliamscntr or via Cash App at $cmwilliamscntr. That information can also be found below in the captions, along with our link to our shop and other materials that we sell in order to raise funds to continue to do this work and help our community. Thank you for joining us today. We'll see you next week.